pose. Focus question. How is April Fool's Day best celebrated? Pranking fun. It's early spring. The chilies end up buried under the pile of sand. You've been the victim of an April Fool's joke. April Fool's Day is celebrated on or around the first day of the April every year. It's one day of the year when it's okay to play jokes or pranks on people. Popular pranks might be to put grease on a doorknob or swap the sugars for salt. You might get friends to do something silly, like try to buy the new plate paint. When they realize it's a joke, it's tradition to shout April Fools. Why April 1st? No one knows why April Fool's Day is on April 1st. Holiday may have organically has to do with welcome spring. The menu were often fooled by the changing weather at this time of the year. Another idea is that April Fool's Day began in the 1500s, when the calendar we use today was introduced. The start of the new year was moved from the beginning of April to January on. People who still celebrate New Year's Day on the 1st April were called April Fools. Many cultures in the past held celebrations near April 1st. The ancient Romans celebrated the longer days of spring. They dressed in costume and played games and jokes. At the end of the 12th century, people celebrated the Feast of Fools in parts of Europe. People chose a false ruler to lead by the celebrations. The followers joined in the fun by dressing in disguise. People celebrate in this way until the 16th century. Around the world, today people celebrate April Fool's Day differently around the world. Scottish Scramble. Some people in the parts of the United Kingdom believe that the fun must stop by noon. Scotland, however, April Fools can go on for 2 days. On April 1st, some people send friends on foolish errands. The second day is for playing more jokes. French foolishness. In France, April 1st is also known as April Fish. The fish is a person who easily gets caught or easily fooled. A paper fish is set to the victim's back. American tricksters. In the United States, the fun lasts all day, telling a friend that class is cancelled and punching holes in his or her water bottles are examples of common pranks. Other pranks are putting oil on a doorknob and adding food coloring to someone's milk. Another trick is putting plastic bags on food, bags on chairs. Okay. Jordan jokesters. On April 1st, 2010, a newspaper in Jordan had an interesting front-page story. It reported that their three spaceships landed in the desert outside the town in the eastern Jordan. Some people in the town were not used to April Fool's pranks and were really scared. The mayor considered evacuating the 13,000 people who lived there. The newspaper editor apologized for the story. Famous foolery. Famous April Fool's celebrations have also made their mark on history. spaghetti tree. In 1957, a British TV program told viewers about spaghetti tree. Viewers were shown people pulling spaghetti from the trees, and after the programs, hundreds of viewers called the stations asking how to grow their own spaghetti tree. Corporate chows. Companies and the media released fake stories too. On April 1st, 1996, Taco Bell announced that it had bought the Liberty Bell, the famous American treasure. The company said it was going to call the Taco Liberty Bell. Many people believed the story. The company had said that it was a joke. In 1998, Burger King published an ad for left-handed burger. The company claimed it was created to make left-handed eating easier. Online pranks. Online April Fool's jokes spread quickly. Google is well known for its April Fool's jokes. One of the most famous jokes was the Google Gulp in 2005. The Google Gulp drink that in will make the person who drank it smarter. In 2012, a radio station announced that Twitter is changing to 133 characters per tweet. That received the company $1.4 billion. It wasn't true, of course. On April 1st, 2013, Twitter said it was charging people more if they use vowels in their tweets. If people want to use vowels, they could pay extra every month. Even the idea for Pokemon Go began as an internet joke. In 2014, Google Maps advised the tools that would find the world's best Pokemon master. Conclusion: follow certain safety rules when celebrating April Fool's Day. Don't be mean. April Fools are just supposed to be fun. Finally, remember to make sure that if you're going to make a joke, make sure you can return a joke in return. You can take a joke in return. On April Fool's Day, in many countries around the world, jokes try to fool the unexpected. This one is a special day to celebrate the funny side of life. Keep it safe and simple, and most of all, fun.